there is a sense of unreality to 9/11, and perhaps in any sort
Yeah,
of
yeah.
just sudden sort of incident that takes a life, or something creates that kind of creates something terrible in the world, or I suppose tragic. But that unreality seems to be part of the story. Trying to find a new reality, find a new.
That's uh, that's it. That's very psychological. Um, I think it's unreality. Cognitive psychology talks a lot about cognitive maps, so that, I mean, all of us don't, in general, experience the world raw, because there's a way in which that would be too much anxiety. It would be too overwhelming. So there's this idea that we have these cognitive maps that unconsciously tell us this is how the world works. And then we feel comfortable when the map and the world agree, because it's mapped. We feel like we understand what is going on. Um, but of course, a map is just a map in the end. And I think that's what this sort of sudden violent death, or 9/11 in particular, represents. Sometimes things happen that are off the map. And that's the unreality. It's like, this can't be happening because I have no context to put this in. And so that's part of the healing, again, is that when something happens, we have to remap our own personal world and personal space. And it takes a lot of time.
So on the subject of 9/11, you did mention these 9/11 groups and these 9/11 widows and widowers. Did you have experience in this? It seems like a large topic to take on 9/11.
It is a large topic. And in my research, as far as I know, Lily is the first major character in a literary novel who is a 9/11 widow. And some of the reaction to the book I've had already, um, which surprises me. And you would think because I'm an analyst, it wouldn't surprise me. People say they're still not ready to deal with 9/11, and that it's a little intimidating to have a book about a 9/11 widow. I mean, 9/11 is that big that people are still not quite ready to digest it emotionally. But that was my purpose in the book. It is a bit of an intimidating subject in that way. So, I mean, I did find myself almost keeping 9/11 sideways and focusing more on the actual personal experience of someone afterwards. So no, I didn't have any patients who were 9/11 widows. Um, I read about the Jersey Girls. That's a phrase that Gail Sheehy coined. She had a big article in the Atlantic about 2 years after 9/11. No, might have been 18 months. Closer than that. About a group of 9/11 widows. And she really documented what they went through in terms of uh, what the Red Cross did, um, the filing of the death certificates that they had to do, and to get the insurance and the aid, and to prove that they were who they said they were. Much less the 9/11 Victims Fund that distributed millions of dollars to 9/11 victims. Um, all of that was documented, and as I was just reading what these women really went through, uh, that just got my analytic brain to thinking, as a person, just at a very personal human level, what would it be like to go something like that? So in that case, it's purely fiction. I didn't go through it, but I think it's fairly accurate in terms of what actually happened after 9/11 in these families.
Healing Lily, a Novel of Hope by D. Stephenson Bond. Published by Alternative Views Publishing. Copyright 2010.